Ah, what do we have here? We have a Swiss 777. Beautiful aircraft, right? Beautiful. So there was one question regarding the track names here. Yeah, these are the daily changing North Atlantic track systems. And so these are the track names, and they are defined. So in your flight plan, when you say I want to file the net track Bravo, then these positions on that day are being done by air traffic control, by positions, and then you would have to put that into your FMS and fly those waypoints, those coordinates. Oh, something's happening. Hang on, something's happening. Oh, we have engine fail. Right, so we are presently at 67 north, 70 degrees west, and we have an engine failure. Engine left fail. Let's get the checklist out. Condition: engine speed is below idle. To restart the engine if needed or configure for single engine operation. Thrust is lost on both engines. No, it's not. Alright, left auto thrust arm switch, confirm off. Confirmed off. Thrust lever. Left, confirm, that is confirmed, idle. Left fuel control switch, confirm, cutoff. Let's get some. Left is confirmed. Cutoff. Continued. A restart may be attempted if there is N1 rotation or no abnormal vibration. Well, we have no N1 rotation available. Now we have to be careful. We are losing speed, so I'm going to say Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Swissair 522, engine failure, need to descend. So we'll descend down to level 250. And I'm going to do that with flight level change. And we're going to set the drift down speed at 270 knots. Sorry, just need to disengage the auto thrust here. I'm going to set max continuous thrust. And so we're doing a drift down procedure now, meaning we're going to set continuous power on the remaining engine. And that way we'll just gently drift down to our maximum single engine altitude. Right, so let's get back to the checklist. So there's no restart possible. We have no N1 rotation. So these are all for the engine restart. We're not going to do that. And inhibited checklist is auto throttle left, not going to do that. And so no, not running normally for both. APU selector, start, then on. So, and you can see that with the continuous power, we're doing a slow descent. So nothing, you know, you don't have to do anything panic-wise. Let's first deal with the abnormal situation. So fly the aircraft, maintaining the speed, doing a little drift down. We've done our aviation part. So navigation part, we're just continuing on the routing now. And so the checklist, we'll continue that. APU is then started, and TCAS mode selector TA only. TA only. Oh, now it says plan to land at the nearest suitable airport. Right, we'll check that in a second once we make our decision. Landing using flaps 20. No, we can use flaps 25, so we don't need to do... Yeah, performance allows, so we're going to flap 30 landing. And so for flaps 30, in case of a go-around, we're going to use flaps 20. All right, and that's our checklist. So, let me just get through the questions real quickly. TA only, that would only give you a traffic advisory. It wouldn't give you a traffic resolution advice. So it will only say traffic, and show the symbol here. It will not give you avoidance maneuver suggestions. All right, so I'm just going to show you where we are. Let me just get the chart out, because I'm going to need your help, guys. You're my co-pilots. So there's an open item still on the second page of the checklist. Okay, let me just check that. You mean this one? So it shouldn't be. This is just for the restart. Maybe 5? Yeah. So plan to land at the nearest suitable airport. We'll do that. Checklist complete. Yep. Thank you. 5th, yeah. All right, so where are we? We are... Let me just show you that. So we're 67 north, 70 west. And so we are 70 west, and so we're right here. We're coming up to this point here. So we have airports. We have Iqaluit to the left of us, and we have Coral Harbor to the front. But it looks like the only suitable airport we have here is so 237. Oh yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, so 237 is the optimum level, and the maximum is 255. So we're going to drift down to 24,000 feet to get into the optimum single engine. So we are exactly 67 north and 70 west. So here is the next suitable airport, Iqaluit. Yeah. But the master warning is okay. Maybe I'm going to do an emote where it says something like charts or something, and that way I will know. So we are going to go to Iqaluit. So we're going to divert, in-flight diversion. The only option we have at the moment is Iqaluit. And so we'll go there. So we're going to go to alternate, select Iqaluit, and divert now. Execute, and that way Yeah. Right, so here we go. That was the outside view I was showing. So the other engine is actually completely without any rotation. Very nice. So let's go down to Iqaluit then. Just gonna get the charts out for that. Charlie Yankee, Foxtrot, Bravo. And so they have an ILS approach on the runway 34. Julian, hi, welcome. Yeah, fuel imbalance. Thank you very much. Master caution, fuel imbalance, buddy. Thank you for that. So we have to do something. We'll do a checklist. Fuel imbalance. Condition, there's a fuel imbalance between the main tanks. Let's have a look. Well, yes, 1 ton is lower on the right side because the engine is still running using the fuel. So that is correct. So what do we need to do? Now there's no fuel leak. That's just because the engine is running. If an engine fuel low, engine indication fuel imbalance measure may be slow. Showed you the engine malfunction. Yeah, that's what we have. So I'm going to click that. Fuel imbalance message may be caused by the engine fuel leak. A fuel leak should be suspected if one or more. Total fuel remaining and so on. Totalizer. No, that's all. We don't have that. So no fuel leak is suspected. So fuel crossfeed switch either on. So fuel crossfeed. Let me just switch both on. Actually, hang on. Is it just one? Hang on, let me just check the fuel indication here. So one crossfeed is open, that's correct. So now we have to be careful. Left main tank quantity is low. Let me just see. Is the left one low? No, the right one is low. So right main tank is low. Yes. Right fuel pumps forward and aft off. Now inhibited checklist is fuel pump right aft, fuel pump right forward. When the fuel balancing is complete, we're going to switch back the pumps on and then the fuel crossfeed switches off. So now...
Autopilot. Autopilot.
Pedro, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate that very, very much. So now the fuel has been used from the left engine. We have to watch that. So we'll just leave that. It's got to be both crossfeed. It said in the checklist it doesn't matter. So okay, so I'm going to take both crossfeeds on the FCOM. Okay, well, all right, good enough. Right, let me just do the approach briefing then. So the approach, we're going to go to Frobay very soon, and we're going to track outbound, do the procedure turn, and then the 2,100 feet. Well, we're going to maintain 3,000 because it's very cold, minus 21 degrees. So I'm going to do a little bit of altitude correction. and 3,000 feet. And so we intercept the ILS out of 3,000. And the minimum is 290. I'm going to set that in straight away. So 290 feet is the minimum. And the QNH is... Oh, that's today's weather. This is it. I'm using historical weather, so I'm not using the actual weather. This is from the 1st of February. This was actually the Swiss air diverted to Iqaluit. So that's what the weather was like. It was 2,000 feet ceiling, light snow, 2957. I'm going to pre-select that in the primary flight display. Overcast 2,000, 4 miles visibility, and minus 21 degrees Celsius. So pretty cold. Oh, yep, sorry. So I said, already set the altimeter, pre-selected 2957, and the minimum is 290 feet. So the misapproach is just straight ahead, 3,600 feet, then left turn back towards Bay. So we're going to set the radios. Hang on, was the top of descent there? No, it's just coming up. All right, so the radios is Yankee Foxtrot Bravo. Yeah, it's already set. So all right. So let me just program the arrival route. So we're going to do the ILS 34, and transition is Yankee Foxtrot Bravo. And so now we're going to go directly towards Yankee Foxtrot Bravo. Then it's T-back outbound, procedure turn, and then back towards the ILS. Now, auto brakes, we have 2,600 meters. I'm going to use auto brake 4, light snow. Let me just check what TopCat actually says. We'll use Iqaluit 3-4 runway condition. We'll use auto brake medium, runway condition medium, and the landing weight is 250 tons, so pretty high. That's pretty close to the maximum landing. Yeah, flaps 30 landing. Engine anti-ice will be on. We'll do manual landing and auto brake 4 in flight. And it says it will take 2,260 meters. So with auto brake, with conditions medium, braking action medium. Right, so we have balanced the fuel, and since we're going to descend very soon. So once we go into descent, I'm going to close the crossfeed valves again. And in case you guys are interested in reading up on that that story, there's a good story here on Aviation Herald. I'll put the link in here. Have a good read. Yeah, the dash 8 is fine, yeah. So let me just check, have we prepared everything? We'll do the flaps 30 landing. Performance-wise, it's no big deal. We're gonna set the altimeters 2957. That is set. And then we'll do the normal checklist, descent checklist. Right, recall, engine left shutdown, that is correct. Recall is checked, notes were checked, auto brake is 4. Landing VREF 30149 is set, and the minimum is 290. Approach briefing has been completed. No, Bruno, I don't know why they skipped the 40 feet call out. I have no idea.
Autopilot. Autopilot.
Delta Yankee, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate that very much. Welcome. Right, 7,000 feet. Let's just check that. So going outbound, then we'll descend 5,000 now. Yeah, I find a 40 feet call out pretty important because, like, if it's calling down from, or counting down from 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, you have a certain rhythm, and then that way you will be able to catch, you know, just by hearing how fast you're approaching the runway. So that will put me off if the 40 feet call out was missing. I mean, if the radial altimeter is counting down very fast, it's kind of a wake-up call, and so I would miss that call if that didn't happen. Beautiful aircraft, absolutely gorgeous. Right, so I'm gonna have to slow down further. I'm gonna go down, select flaps 5. So we have the ILS identified, India Foxtrot Bravo 343 inbound course. Ugh. That sound is silly because it's not raining, it's snowing.
Autopilot. Autopilot.
So, Tune Warren, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that very much. Welcome to the stream. Nice rain sound, yeah. It's supposed to be snowing, not raining. Right, so heading select, I'm gonna arm the approach mode now. Lock is already active. Glide slope is indicating. Wipers. Now we're good. Right, so we have the glide slope approaching. Let me get the landing checklist ready. Alright, gears coming down. Yes, Captain, the cabin is ready. Thank you very much. So 11, 13 miles, so descent point should be around 10 miles. Alright, flaps 15. Flaps 20. So we can see the runway threshold lights blinking there. This is the weather add-on Aktive Sky, and this is the historical weather from the 1st of February when the 777 from Swiss actually landed in Iqaluit. One person left on the toilet, the co-pilot. Yep. Right, flaps 25. And the reference speed was 149, so... Right, flaps going 30, final setting. Yeah, the APU might help a little bit, yeah. Right, so landing checklist is completed.
2500.
And just in case we do need to do a missed approach, it goes straight ahead 3,600 feet, then left towards Yankee Foxtrot Bravo. The coding. I'll have a look at it, Nick, in a minute. No worries. Wow, visibility is now getting worse again. Right, so... let's try to get the feel for the aircraft, manual flight.
Monitor radar display. Go around. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead.
Leonhard, thank you for the subscription, man. I appreciate that very, very much. Welcome to our airline. Thank you for your support, man. Right, where was the runway? I don't see it anymore. So visibility is not too great at the moment. Let me just do manual thrust, trying to get a feel for the aircraft. Oh, there are the approach lights. So, just faintly visible now. So very heavy, needs a lot of power. 1000 is checked. Right, lots of concentration here. Single engine. An airport which you're not used to, you've probably never seen in real life. And the thing is, after landing, the work for the pilots and for the crew will just begin. Taking care of the passengers and so on, getting contact with the company. And there's not enough hotel rooms in this little town anyhow, so... Right. fast, correcting slowly.
Approaching minimums.
Getting a little bit low here.
300. Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30.
Autopilot.
10.
Autopilot.
Touchdown. Spoilers are there. We have reverse. Just idle reverse, trying to keep the center line here. Alright. Stowing the reverser, manual brakes. Ooh, alright. So welcome to snowy Iqaluit. Adams, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it very much, and a good timing. Now, let's see if I can actually taxi off the runway. Yesterday I couldn't.